my goodness, we're already here. This is so exciting. Hello, everybody. My name is SatanHerself, or Satan Isn't Herself on Twitch, if you'd like to find me. And I am here with Plants vs. Zombies, the best game ever, possibly. And certainly one of the best games ever that has not been shown at the GDQ stage. This is the first time it's been on mainline GDQ, which is incredible. So we're really, really excited to show it off. I am beyond stoked, but we got to get going because we have something special for y'all. So I'm going to introduce first our live commentators.
Hello, hi, I am Limy. I've been involved in curing this game for about 10 years. I still, like, at least Supermod and Verify runs, I'm still super involved, and I'm excited to be here. And there's...
The bit. Hi, I'm shovelclaws. Not to brag or anything, but I have an any % run where I die twice in 5-4. That's right. I'm kind of a big deal. 117th place.
Kind of a big deal.
Satan's way better at this game than me. I'm just here because I know the game. I'm so stoked. This game's amazing.
It rules.
But
it's so good.
You know who we have? We have somebody who was involved in making this game. We have the Rich Werner. Can you please introduce yourself and tell everybody what you did to help make Plants vs. Zombies?
Hey, what's up? I'm Rich, and I don't know, if you see anything visually on the game, I made it.
That's right. Yeah, I actually have a question about that later that this reminds me of, but we will do that later. All right. Before anything else, we had 2 bid wars, so let's first get that file name bid war. What won that?
Well, the winner of the file name choice was the master gardener, I guess, himself, Hank Hill.
Awesome. I love that.
That got big cheers, yeah.
Big W there. Okay, that will be our file name. And then what won between mustaches and future glasses?
A classic indeed, it is mustaches.
Okay.
Yes.
I personally like the glasses.
No mustache.
Okay, we have the dev bias already.
Yeah.
That's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Start Adventure. That is not going to be the start time of the run. The start time of the run is when I plant the first pea shooter. But we'll talk through the first little cutscene that plays. So here we go. Plants vs. Zombies is a very complicated speed game, but it is very easy to understand at a basic level. We're going to explain some of the basic mechanics early so that y'all can be familiar with it. So listen to the next maybe 5 minutes, and then you'll really understand what's going on in the rest of the game.
Time, by the way.
Yeah.
We need to start time.
Sorry.
Apologies. We're good. Don't worry about it.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. So all I'm doing in 1-1 here is placing pea shooters, and the time is RNG. So I'm going to spend the entire time explaining the 50% roll. So basically how this game works is it will spawn groups of zombies at a time. We call those waves. And if you do enough damage to those waves cumulatively, so like all the zombies added up, then you move on to the next wave. And you always do that if you get 50% or more in most cases. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to aim for that 50% mark every single wave, and then we move on. There are 2 very important exceptions to that rule. I will go over them when they occur. But all you need to really know is that the more damage we do, the more zombies come on the screen faster, and the faster we go. So that's what we want to be doing. Also, I should be holding out space in between every level to skip cutscenes, but I'm too excited.
Preoccupied.
So that's how we're doing it. 1-2 is also very simple. They expand our lawn. Oh my goodness, more to keep track of. We can play it 2 very simple ways. Either we can shoot the zombies, or we can let the first zombie go all the way to the mower. I know, very unfun for casuals. What's also unfun for casuals is the lack of symmetry. I do not apologize. You're going to be seeing that all over.
If you're mad at us, tell us your donations, honestly.
Yeah. So true.
We're not going to be hearing it. We're busy going fast right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically the basic principle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I bet no QA tester ever did this.
Exactly. Put 4 in a row. Yeah, I know. But that's because we're going to let this first zombie go all the way to this back mower. And you might go, what? That makes no sense. Don't worry, we'll live.
Let's go.
We will live. So why we're doing this is threefold. There are three distinct reasons. The first is that it gives us more time to make sun at the beginning. Nice. The second is that we get to maybe get a mower kill, because the mower will kill everything in the row that it is in. So maybe we'll get that, probably not with this zombie speed, but we'll explain a bit more about that later. The third reason is a secret mechanic that the game does not tell you about. That's a huge thing in PvZ, by the way, called mower manipulation. What that means is that after a mower goes off, for 2 waves, zombies will not spawn in that lane, so they're avoiding it like the plague. The reason why, of course, being that... Yeah, you didn't know? That's the thing! So the reason, of course, being like, the game is like, oh, you're having trouble with that row, we'll help you out and not spawn any zombies there. So that's why in these last 2 waves that we got there, no zombies spawn in the middle, and I didn't have to worry about it. We're going to be using that a lot throughout at least the day portion of this run to really make sure that we're placing the zombies where we want to place them for various purposes. Oh, our Zombitor's
Oh God,
here.
he's disgusting.
Oh, I forgot about the zombie there.
I love the zombies.
So about
Big
that
W.
plague.
Big W.
Yeah,
So,
especially
yeah.
when
forgot
we
about
have
that,
3
actually.
lanes instead of 5, like at the beginning of this run.
Yeah.
Mower manipulation is absolutely huge. It is going to be an optimization that you might not think is going to be super big, but it absolutely makes, like, literally minutes of difference at times.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
especially now that we have our first instant plants.
That's right.
Like, oh my God, thank the Lord.
Yeah, so
Please explain what instant plants do for us,
Yes.
Claus, real quick.
So instant plants, kind of in the name, they go off instantly, so their effect activates instantaneously. Most of the time, this is a plant that will automatically deal damage to zombies. We call a lot of things instants, but mostly they're bombs. This is a cherry bomb. It blows up in a 3x3 radius and will instantly kill any zombies in that 3x3 radius. This is really, really good for advancing waves really quickly. It is absolutely absurd. The only downside is that the cherry bomb has a really long cooldown, so we have to manage that unit cooldown really effectively. So you'll see Satan not use it in a lot of cases to preserve it for a later wave for reasons that we can talk about once we get to talking about wave 10 or whatever. I hate counting.
I know.
Numbers
So,
are fake.
and unfortunately, the counting's all messed up in 1.2 and 1.3 because they
Yeah.
have fewer waves than other levels do later. But nonetheless, there are 2 really important principles. I know there's so much.
There's
to
a
explain.
lot.
Yeah.
Rich,
After I
I'm
get
so
this
sorry.
done-
We want to ask you so many questions.
But
we have
this
to
one
explain
thing
them.
must be explained because it is the very important exception to the 50% rule. The very important exceptions are as follows. The first is any wave right before a big wave. So there's this flag down here that I'm hovering over with my mouse. That's the big wave. It's the one where it says the zombies are coming, and then they all come on the screen, and it's scary.
it's like a huge wave of
Yeah.
Yeah,
zombies that
huge
are-
wave.
There's a
The wave
wave.
right before that, you have to
That's a
kill
tsunami.
every zombie from that wave specifically to move on to the big wave. So all the way dead, not that 50% rule, all the way dead. And then the second really important exception is more intuitive. It is just the final wave. You have to kill every zombie on screen. Duh.
Yeah, and then you like mash like on the last one to get the seed packet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
thought you're in this game.
Yeah, exactly. Those are all the important things we need to know.
We got
now.
through it.
Yeah.
There's no exam. You don't have to study.
That's right. Unless you want to run this game, please do.
True.
I know that sounded like a lot, but genuinely it is an accessible experience.
No.
Sorry, what
There.
was that? Say that one more time.
You let the lawnmower go. I never let my lawnmowers go. No.
It's scary, isn't it?
It is so different.
There are so many habits you have to unlearn by playing this game casually. Casuals hate instant
Oh,
plants.
get ready for
Awesome.
next wave also, next level also, because there's some stuff. There's
Yeah,
stuff
there's
that
a
goes
lot.
on all the time in this run that is
There's-
super uncasual. It's awesome.
Everything happens all the time in this game.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh,
And,
Oh,
and
the
with
walnut.
that, 1-3 is already done. Because
By the way, you can donate to win a walnut that I made out of ceramic clay. If you shake
It's
it's
very
like a
cool.
maraca. It's $10 minimum donation. Do that.
Right on.
smiling through it all. I can't believe this is my life.
So, Rich, do you have any questions for us before we ask questions for you?
I don't understand how you're playing this like this.
Okay, something I need you to
You're
understand.
playing so different than I would. I'm like, no, what are you doing?
There is something wrong with every speedrunner. We won't admit it, but
very
it makes
true.
us be deranged like this.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we're having fun.
Yeah, no, it's great.
We're having a lot of fun. Yeah, so
Like, what is that? What is that? What are you doing?
So the reason we're putting the plants in the middle like this is because the cherry bomb will always hit that middle row if you place it in the second or the fourth rows. So we don't need that mower manipulation in the middle as much. We'd rather have it on any other row, but especially the top and bottom. Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, it's just that simple.
Yeah, it's just that simple. Yep, that's it. This stage is also weird because we don't have the shovel yet, and that's actually going to change how we play it a lot. Because we would normally want to stall this zombie here with a walnut and then dig it up at the correct time to kill zombies, but we can't do that. So we're just going to hope that it works.
We're sorry
Kind of.
for the violence happening on screen. Look away if you care about the walnuts.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, walnuts.
Can we get a cheer for walnuts?
You can win one of your own, though. Woo!
My heart is
Thank you,
broken.
thank you. I think while we hang out here in 1-4, this would be a great time for our first batch of donations. We're not going to do a ton in the beginning, so make them count.
Can do. First off, I just want to announce that a new bid war, a couple of bid wars have opened for Uncharted 3, the character skin choice, and the character choice in Hungry Ghosts, as well as a new incentive opened for the Finding Frankie cutscene in Henry Hotline. So check those out. But first, before you donate to those incentives, we have just over 30% more to go to finish the game for Plants vs. Zombies. Get those donations in. We can do this. We need just over $3,000 more to hit the $10,000 we need to see that last boss fight. We also had a $250 donation from DLM with no comment, but thank you so much for the generous donation, as well as a $6.66 donation from Backside of Water that says, "Good luck on the run, Satan. May 110 and 210 be friendly to you."
Oh, thank you for that specifically, because those levels can be very mean. I actually used the cherry bomb at the very wrong time there. I shouldn't have used it in wave 7, so we're going to have to wait for longer for it to come back.
Rich is catching on to the speed strats and judging you.
Awesome. I love that. That's great. That's what we're here for.
Also, I do
great
want to
stuff.
mention when the mower went off, there was like a cone head that spawned right at top row.
That was
which super
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, that was ideal. We always
yeah.
want the top row. We always want the cone heads to die by the lawnmowers because, fun fact, cone heads have more than twice the health of normal zombies, which makes them way slower to kill.
Yeah.
Way, way, way harder.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Quick question for you, Rich, actually. Oh, go ahead.
What's up?
It sounds
I
like
didn't say
you're
anything.
getting your chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Zombies on your lawn. Everybody loves it. Everybody knows it. Did you animate that?
I did every single thing you see visually. I did by myself.
Whoa.
By yourself.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't know because, you know, the animation is so special and different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I created all the characters. I did all the animations and all the back. I did everything
Wow.
myself.
Did you come up with Crazy Dave, who we're seeing for the first time?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crazy is a real person.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, he's inspired by a real person, right?
wait, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dave.
Oh my gosh.
He was a manager at the San Francisco office, and when you look at that, there's a part of the game where you go in the back seat of his car, like you open the hatchback.
Yeah. We'll see
That's
that
his
later.
car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's his car.
That is really funny to
That's
know.
awesome.
That's amazing.
Also, Rich, if you were getting kind of like annoyed or if you were like hurting deep in your soul with how we played the rest of the game, I would advise you to look away for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is bad.
Yeah.
This is walnut pulling.
I wouldn't ask questions.
So this level is really interesting because it doesn't really abide by the same wave function, the 50% rule. It kind of just sends waves nonstop. It's really weird. The strategy is to just have a pile of zombies where we can then use an Explodo-Nut, which is going to explode in the same 3x3 that a cherry bomb does.
Yeah.
At the very end of the level. So the mower's gone off. We'll have 2 waves of those bottom rows being completely empty. Gives us some
Actually, only
time.
one at this point.
Well-
and quick correction, there is a 50% rule here. That is a thing.
Okay, I didn't do my homework.
That's
it was on the
3-5 you're
test.
thinking about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, you can. Oh,
Dude.
we're going to finish this off with 2 explode nuts. That's funny. I always like when that happens.
You're so
When you
lucky.
explode nut a single zombie. I haven't been getting this lucky in practice, so I'm
Let's
happy.
go.
Yeah.
Explode nuts are about a 1 in 7 chance every time
Nice.
one spawns. So that was a really nice nice 1-5 to
Yes.
get live.
Yeah, Satan
so
played
very
that
happy
super,
with that.
super well.
Yeah, I think I played that really well with what I got. All right, 1-6, I'm going to talk about the preview just briefly because this is when it really starts to matter. The zombies on the right side of your screen actually indicate the ratio of zombies you're going to get during the level. So we have 2 coneheads and 1 vaulter. That means we're going to get a slightly average amount of coneheads and an average amount of vaulters, more or less. That's kind of the heuristic that we use. Yep. So I'm going to prepare for that. Yep.
Oh my god.
I love how much you are learning about your own game, Rich.
Yeah, this is awesome.
What? Like,
Yeah, so this is magical for me as like a longtime fan.
Being like, what is a preview?
Yeah,
you do that?
You doing all the art. You doing all the art and secretly being teamed with like an RTS genius is really awesome. Like, you not knowing any of this existed under the hood is so sick.
And I mean, it's really kind of reminiscent of the player experience because the players just think everything moves so seamlessly in this game. It's such an intuitive and easy to understand thing to play. Anybody can play it, and that's because of those back-end mechanics that are making it run so well. So big fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's George fan, dude. Like, that guy's a badass, man. When it comes to game design,
Yeah.
that guy's sick, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
We're like friends, so, but yeah,
Yeah,
He's
George
so good
Fan's
at that shit,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, he created the game. For those who do not know, George Fan's amazing, and he still creates games.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, he's still making stuff, yeah.
Oh my god, you got an
no,
achievement. We're on Game of the
I got an
Year.
achievement! I forgot those were a thing!
Dude, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's okay. It's
Ah, it's
actually
fine.
probably going to be fine. Yeah. No, that was probably the right choice, actually, in hindsight.
This level introduces pole vaulters. They jump over your stuff. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we have strategies that involve them jumping over our stuff, which is the mechanic that they...
Usually, you save the cherry bomb there for the guaranteed wave 6 pole vaulter spawn, which is what that was. When the game likes to introduces a new zombie, it likes to do it in wave 6. That's a general rule. Yeah.
Subtle
Likes to do it.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's something you can do at home if you are good at,
And just watch it spawn at wave 6. Yeah. You're like, I know that I was going to do that. Yeah.
For everyone who can't count, I stand in solidarity with you. Shout out Peter.
Oh my gosh. Huge shout out to Peter Sink. Absolutely lovely speedrun community member. Just such a huge fan of that guy. And I'm not a huge fan of this guy. What we're actually going to do is we're going to do mine here. I think that's the most responsible choice.
That feels correct
Yeah.
in my brain.
That's a tough call here because as we remember, every wave before the big wave, you have to kill all the zombies completely. And this one had this cone head that would be really slow to shoot. So I just decided to do that to it instead.
Also, I don't know if we explicitly said this. Maybe we did, and I was busy fanboying out because we have a dev on our commentary. But every wave of PvZ is completely random. So this game is like super reaction heavy. You have to play really hard around what you are given. You can't. There's no guarantees in this game.
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
different
it
every
amazing.
single time you play. You always have to react. You always have to plan. There's a lot of things you can use to plan too. We'll explain more about that later though, because we've done the basics, and I want to ask Rich more questions.
Yes.
I actually do have a question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so we just unlocked the snow pea in the game, and I do want to ask, what is your favorite pea shooter variation you made?
Oh, for me, I like the what's it? The repeat, the double feature, the one. that
Repeater,
keeps
yes, that's the correct answer for me.
Yeah.
We love the repeater. We
That
use
was
it
my
all the
favorite.
time in the speedrun.
Yeah, it's good.
It's very fast.
Yeah,
we'll
great.
be using it in a couple levels.
It feels good. Yeah, it feels good.
Exactly, it feels good to use. It feels like, oh, you place it down and then it starts mowing things down. It's awesome.
Rich is probably like, oh, you're finally going to be playing the game right. Heck yeah.
Repeaters, let's go. That's what I like to see.
I would say the snow pea is pretty good too because I like that one too sometimes because it calms, it makes it chill out, right? Like people slow down, which is not too bad, but the repeater is my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. We will actually be using the Snow Pea in this level, both because we have to, but also because it does help us out here. Where we only have pea shooter level firepower, Snow Pea is nice for controlling really large crowds of zombies, which we will be getting because this is our first 2 flag level. So we're going to be getting a ton of big crowds of zombies late in the level, and the Snow Pea will help us by slowing down the zombies so that they don't overwhelm us as much. However, we're only going to plant them when we have enough sun. Sun economy economy is very important. You want to be planting sunflowers as much as you can, as long as you have the spare sun to do so, because you will need it for plants like snow pea and such. But we prioritize pea shooter because they do the same amount of damage overall. Yeah.
Yeah, before we get too into the weeds of this level, get it. I do want to just shout out a little bit that we do have an incentive for this run, and it is going to be closing at the very end of this run. I know, Spef, you have a bit to say about that.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for mentioning the incentive, because we are 71% of the way to that $10,000 we need. Keep those donations coming in. We want to see the end. Donations like this $500 donation from Burb that said, I remember first playing Plants vs. Zombies on my uncle's computer back in 2012, and ever since it's been one of my favorite games. And because I love this game so much, I'd love to see the full game run. Let's kick Zombot's ugly mug. Let's do it.
Actually, I heard that if we reach $2.5 million by the end of this run, which is super doable, we'll take the quotations off of the full game run.
You can
That is not true, but also kind of true because, yeah.
Yeah, for
2 more hours of PvZ right now.
Yeah,
It's not actually going to be the 80% run, but we will defeat Zomboss, and you are going to want to see how that happens. So please go ahead and donate and apply that incentive for finishing the game in heavy air quotes to your donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for donating. gdq.gg/donate.
Crowd, how are you liking the speedrun so far? Is it fun? Awesome. Yeah. I think it is too.
Isn't this so cool? Like, this is so much cooler than you'd expect, right?
There's so many little
It's
mechanics
awesome.
we're
It's so
using,
fun.
and we're going to get even deeper into it. There's all sorts of really cool stuff coming up.
Dude, there could be like a PvZ podcast that just play-by-plays, like a sports podcast. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That's crazy.
I think in the community, there's so many people who play the game, like, accomplishing the same thing, but just, like, kind of differently, because there's so much, like, individualized, like, playmaking that goes on in this, because it is just so different for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to say I'm decent at the game. I play the game differently than you and you.
You probably
yeah.
have a better time than me, if I'm being honest.
Probably.
Yeah.
At this point. Shout out to the global trolled sheet.
Oh my gosh. Which is just the worst RNG ever.
It's so funny.
all compiled in one place. It's really funny.
Every few months I'll go on there and I'll be like, ooh, a new record.
Knew something horrible.
I check that stuff like it's summoning salty.
So real. Also, potato mines. We didn't discuss them too much. They're pretty important. They are also instant plants, like that cherry bomb that Claus was talking about before. And they take about 2 standard waves to arm. Although you can use a fun, handy trick. When the cooldown gets to about half, your potato mine will arm.
That timing was
just
pretty
like
good.
That.
Yeah.
Yep. So we
This is all
place them in
professional, by the
column
way.
9, which again is probably not something a casual has ever done, because they activate faster that way.
See, I feel like this looks
Here's
pretty
so
normal.
crazy.
Yeah.
This is the most normal looking level of the run, by far. Not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah, I just know that someone at home is like punching their monitor because like, it's not symmetrical, no. It's not like 3 rows of sunflowers and then a row of snow peas and then 3 rows
I know.
of...
I mean, that's how I played it when I first played the game, but
Yeah.
now I play it fast.
We're talking about casuals. I
Yeah.
don't think they're planting 3 rows of sunflowers. Let's be real.
1 row of sunflowers.
One row, half a row. The zombies ate the other ones.
So true.
You guys want to hear something crazy?
Yes,
Yeah,
what is it?
Absolutely.
The first time I ever animated anything on the computer was this game.
Really? What?
That's incredible.
Wait, so what was it?
While making this.
Wow, that's so. People who are aspiring animators,
It's never
do
too
it.
late.
Please do it. Yeah, you might end up making Plants vs Zombies or
Well-
something else really cool.
Yeah.
Not Plants vs Zombies again. It's already been made, but you know.
I think a company might get mad at that.
That's
Yeah.
Anyway, we're moving on to 1-8 here. This is a really wacky, weird level because remember that Wave 6 new zombie thing? They're going to do that, but with bucket heads as well. And bucket heads have a lot of health, like way more health than a cone head. So we're going to need to kill them with an instant plant or a mower. So we're going to devise a bunch of sneaky ways to make that happen. But most of that entails making a really long sunflower row in the middle, so this one's going to look funny.
This level is not going to look very satisfying to
It's
watching.
really
What?
weird.
And
Yeah.
honestly, I apologize for that. I didn't do anything about this, but I apologize for that.
apologize? Yeah, you didn't do
On
anything.
behalf for Satan, I My bad.
Oh, okay.
When I
well,
was
it got
first-
taken care of then.
When I was first learning the speedrun, and there's a spreadsheet everyone uses when they're learning to look at the plant selections. I looked at this level, and it has a screenshot of the lawn, and it's just like 10 sunflowers in a row. I was like, am I looking at this right? Is the image rotated?
The image rotated. So real. Take a Plants vs. Zombies
This is
lawn
the
and rotate
craziest
it in your mind.
We're literally making a sunflower cannon.
Yeah,
There's
basically.
10 sunflowers on your lawn.
Why are there 10 sunflowers
Sunflowers on your lawn.
There's a lot of sunflowers on your
line on your lawn. Yep. That's PvZ speedrunning for you. Oh, I meant to dig up that pea shooter and let that zombie go, but I'm having fun singing, so that didn't
We have fun
happen.
here.
And that's okay, because I'm going to do it to this zombie. As you can see, that zombie just died from a potato mine. That's 50% of the roll.
Wogue.
Yeah. So
Oh, and the
all I have
bucket
to
in the
do-
top row. Oh,
Look at that satisfying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love it. We love it. That's the best. The only thing that's not the best about that is that the mower manip will not last until the end of the level, so that'll be.
Yeah, but it's still at least a little bit nice.
Yeah, it's satisfying.
We could have gone a little bit slower, probably if we wanted to play it safe, but again, it's slower. But we
Yeah,
could
we don't
have let
like
it go
slow.
another wave and then have the more manip last for the last wave.
I
But it's
should've-
probably a bit slower, even if
That's okay.
this is an event. You know what I mean? It's a lot of weighing costs against each other. It's so much.
It's really interesting. This game is literally the like scales of justice. It's like plant pea shooter, die.
So, Rich, we just got the chomper, which is my favorite plant in the game. But, it's not a lot of people's, but it's mine because it's an instant use plant that goes really, really fast, and it's also just really cool looking.
I kinda
but
think he's cute.
It
I'm not gonna
sparked
lie.
a different question for me, which is, what was the most challenging plant to design for you in this game?
Let's see. Honestly, maybe that one. I don't know. 'Cause it has the most.
Yeah?
It has the most.
Sorry.
It's gone with it. Like, you have to. It has a chew. It has to have the arm in its mouth. It has to understand what's going on. That was pretty challenging, and I think. What else?
There are a lot of those.
Yeah.
For sure.
Made a lot of them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them where I don't even, dude, it's been so long, but like, there's a lot of crazy ass plants, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. What's the other one? Oh, shoot. I can't remember his name now.
Describe him.
Describe. We know them all. We know them all by heart.
So it's like the, it's not a puff shroom, it's got like an 8 ring around it. It's got like these
Gloom Shrooms!
Shroom,
Oh,
yeah.
you just
Oh my
activated
God.
our trap card. Because Gloom Shroom is one of the best plants in the speedrun. We actually use it in the roof section, which we will unfortunately not be seeing today. I want to explain a little
unless-
bit about I want to explain a little bit about the category that we're playing real quick. We're going to be playing day through night, which is really just playing day and then night. But
Who'da
we can
thought?
see the final boss if y'all
Okay.
donate for it, please. Hint, wink, wink, nudge,
hell yeah.
nudge, please donate to MSF. But basically, that's all we're going to be doing. But the Gloom Shroom is so powerful because it pierces through all the zombies, and it's just so good. And we use that in roof. It's one of our favorite plants. As speed.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Imagine a cherry bomb, except always and forever.
Yeah.
Also, don't worry that I'm letting 2 zombies go. You're supposed to do that on 1.9 because 1.9 has a repeater. Repeater's very expensive, so we need time to build up some for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I want to mention like my perspective as like a survivals truther and also challenge runner. Gloom Shrooms are really, really good because you can just, especially for like the normal survivals, you can just put them down and just kind of protect them a little bit with pumpkins, and they will just decimate. They're just good enough to decimate everything without completely getting destroyed, which is like, it makes the run really difficult because if you get unlucky, then they will just like, you have to replant them, and it takes a lot to get them back up.
So awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's such a different way to play the game. Roof entirely is different. We use glooms and starfruits. Those are our two ways of doing things. We almost never use catapults.
Yeah, no, it's really fun. Roof is one of my favorite parts of the
And
game.
by the way, I ran that on GDQ Hotfix a little while ago with one of these people on commentary.
I'm sorry.
And it wasn't
So
me.
if you'd like to see that, you can go ahead and find that on gamesdonequick.com/YouTube? Question mark? No, that's not quite right.
No,
You know what it is.
GDQ.com/hotfix.
Yeah,
Perfect.
GDQ.gg hotfix, GDQ.gg.
Also, if you like creatures, which I'm sure you do because you're watching this run, I have a hotfix show as well. I run a bi-weekly hotfix show called Creature Corner. Please come watch it.
one.
It's really cool.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of creatures. Okay, fun fact.
Fun fact? Fun fact? I love those words.
You know when you have the catapult with the corn pole and
Yeah.
everyone wants to get that the butter?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the sound effect for the butter was actually George getting slapped in the face with a piece of butter.
No way!
That's so funny. I would have never guessed.
Dude, we need to call HR.
That is so cool.
Wait, that's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh
Dude,
my
this
goodness.
game's awesome.
This game is
I
the
love
gift that
indies.
keeps on giving. It really is.
Man.
Calling an EA game an indie is just
Well, okay,
diabolical.
look. We can rewrite history. 2.5 million.
Oh my goodness. Also, you'll notice I'm playing this level also a little unorthodox. We've got one row here that doesn't have a repeater, and I'm not planning to put one there until I need to. We're chompering high health zombies because that helps us get through that 50% roll a lot faster to be able to get to the next one.
Yeah, basic explanation of that is they have a lot of health, so if we get rid of them instantly, that's a lot of health gone from the pool of the wave, so the next wave can advance. It's that simple. It's a lot to think about on top of making sure you have enough sun, you're building your repeaters and all of that good stuff. It is a lot to think about. Satan is locked in right now. Look at the camera. I know you're watching it on Twitch. Look at the camera. Satan's just...
Hi.
Yeah.
You have to be thinking about all sorts of stuff all the time. It's amazing, honestly, trying to commentate this game while you play it because it's really hard.
You're braver than I am.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, you have to think about all sorts of stuff. You have to think about where all the zombies are positioned. You have to think about, setting up for the final wave before you get there, how you need to count until wave 9. You have to count all the time in this game to be able to remember to kill all of those zombies before the next big wave spawns, because that's the thing you have to do. And also you have to explain conveyor manip. Do one of you want to do that?
Let me get this.
Hey, before you explain conveyor manip, can I just...
Yes, jump in
something
real
really
quick.
important about counting is that we've just counted our way all the way up to $350,000 waves
Let's
from MSN.
go.
Oh, that's
During the marathon. We also
We're on
just
Monday night, by the way.
surpassed 80% of the way to the finish the game incentive.
Oh my gosh, less than
Get those
2,000 to
donations in.
go.
Yes.
That's so doable.
Yes.
Like, let's absolutely get that done.
Yeah.
You only have another about 30-45 minutes.
Yeah.
If that,
Not much time. You should get those donations in.
Yeah, the rest of this is gonna literally fly by.
Yeah.
Very literally.
So to give you more things to think about while you're typing in your donation message right now, conveyor manip. This thing is a conveyor belt at the top. It gives us plants automatically over time. Some plants are bad. You can see us holding onto walnuts right now. Not great when you're trying to make defenses. Unlucky.
Vulture hitboxes are weird.
Vulture's sad face. But the conveyor has one secret mechanic that makes it really nice. The conveyor manip. When you have multiples of a specific plant, the game will kind of assume, because you're not planting something, hey, you probably don't want more of that plant. So if you have 4 plants of the same type, it has drastically reduced odds of giving you that plant. So what Satan will try to do here, and unfortunately that missed walnut kind of makes it hard, we have to get a little bit lucky, is hold on to these walnuts in order to maximize her chances of getting the cherry and the pea shooter. We'll also do that with the potato mine if it decides to show its face again, but I have a feeling it's scared and hiding.
Even 3 plants in the conveyor belt that are the same, like these 3 walnuts, will help. 4 is kind of optimal. 5 is overkill.
Yeah, 5, if you see a fifth of something,
unlucky.
you can just place it down. It's not going to give you any meaningful benefit.
I mean, like, even if it's in the way, we have the shovel, we can get rid of it. I don't really care.
So right now we have walnut manip, which means that the chances of walnuts super decreased. So we're more likely to get the other plants that we actually want.
Yeah, literally, I was about to say,
extremely
hopefully we had a repeater. Boom. It literally came right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Cherry Bomb is, of course, the best because it clears out big hordes of zombies, and we always focus on the bucket heads with that.
We should just keep saying the names of plants so they come when we want them. Cherry bomb, cherry bomb, cherry bomb.
$2.5 million. $2.5 million. $2.5 million.
That's not a plant, unfortunately.
Also, I'm looking at the Omnibar right now. 1,500 off. Holy moly.
Wow.
Wow, it's going.
They are,
that's awesome. That's
Zomboss
awesome.
better count his days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're
I know
is
Dr.
Russian.
Zomboss hates to see it.
I'm actually really curious how the design process of Dr. Zomboss came about, because I feel like zombie with giant mech is an interesting idea.
Interesting idea. We can say.
The original idea for the Zomboss was a giant, like, not really mechanical, but like kind of like a half zombie, half mech, like kind of grotesque thing.
Interesting. So
And
like body
I drew
horror.
it up, and it was kind of gross.
yeah. It is kind of gross. That's a good point. It really is.
Grotesque thing feels so mean, but I understand.
Oh, Explorator Achievement.
All right.
It's awesome. Oh, that's Day.
Yeah, that's Day. And time.
That's like
No, not
no.
Okay.
Peter
Well,
got
it's
up
time
here.
for night. It's time for night.
Oh no, 2 newspaper preview. Of course it would do
no.
that right now. But anyways, so we're gonna take this spread of plants into the level, which is kind of interesting. Night changes the game in some really significant ways. The first is that we don't get any more free sun. No, we have to make all
Wait,
our
really?
sun
I thought you were
ourselves.
just getting unlucky,
But
'cause I
we
thought that was
also so true. We also do
sucks.
get
That's
the
good.
most OP plant in the game. Yay! Puff Shroom. It's actually free and
Oh, he's
recharges
awesome.
really, really fast. So it is the bedrock of night. The reason why it's both of those things is not only because it makes it a little easier for the players to deal with, but because it only shoots from 3 tiles back, which is why we're putting them up really, really far forward. You might notice I'm putting them too far forward. That's because technically it's a little faster. That's getting into the weeds a bit though.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you said earlier I stole it from you. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Why would I?
I can't
It's
believe
like
you've
not
never
even
used
use
that
this
before.
flowers. I just use those. But yeah.
Yeah.
It being free kind of
Like,
awesome.
I use those guys. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, yep, we place them down as fast as we can.
One thing I wanted to bring up. Sorry.
Go ahead.
All good.
No, you're fine.
You guys are raising money, right? Like you guys are raising a bunch of money right now. It's looking pretty good.
For Doctors Without Borders, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah. Would it help if I were to like give you guys some artwork?
Oh, well,
You know,
that time has kind of passed.
because it's kind of an auction thing, right? So
Yeah. We do have prizes. Those are really awesome. You can go to gamesdonquick.com/prizes, but those have all been sorted. But maybe next event would be
right.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully they
See it
accept
again.
Yeah.
I don't feel later than I wanted to, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
Never mind.
good. No worries. No worries. But yeah, you can check those out. I made a prize. It's a little walnut. So you can donate $10 minimum donation. You automatically get entered in the windows, which is really cool. Also, this level is no exception to that Wave 6 thing, except for when it is. Sometimes it spawns a newspaper earlier than Wave 6 for no reason. But the newspapers are kind of like push-offs.
Don't say womp womp.
They're not very strong. We usually can deal with them okay. What I really wanted to do in this level is, unfortunately, I wanted to let a zombie go to one of the mowers to be able to make the final wave a little easier, but I never got a good opportunity, unfortunately. They did not spawn in the proper way for that.
Just because we can doesn't mean we always should.
Yeah, or will.
Yeah.
Do you guys know why the newspaper zombie is what he is? You guys know that?
I've heard this story. A lot
Please
of
tell.
people in the
Please
audience
tell.
don't
Please tell.
know.
Tell me. No, I want to hear you tell me. What do you think it was?
I don't know.
I forget exactly. I watched this video like 2 weeks ago, and it's GDQ. I don't remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, we're very busy all the time.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest thing ever. He just died on the toilet.
Nice.
He was on the toilet reading the newspaper and he got killed by the zombies. So that's why he's like that.
Oh.
Poor guy.
Oh, poor thing. Now I kind of feel bad, but I don't actually. Anyways,
We're trying to get our
into
brains, so it's like, can we really feel bad?
Yeah. So you'll notice I'm doing a really interesting thing here, which is, again, very uncasual-like of me. I'm bringing 2 sun production plants. I'm bringing the sunshroom and the sunflower. Why am I doing that? It makes us able to build up sun really, really, really quickly, and we need that for this level because it spawns bucket heads. We also need, I think, more donations. Spef, you want to get on that?
We have plenty of donations, and a warning came from Adam, who donated $50 saying a huge wave of donations is approaching.
I hope
like
so.
this $15 from a tea tree who said, "Hi, Satan. Getting to know you and work with you over the past few months has been an absolute joy. Your earnestness and positivity shows through in everything you do. Keep on going fast and being uniquely you."
I love you, Tea Tree. Thank you so much for donating. Also has the show before mine out of the box. Go watch it.
Oh my God, he stole my talking point.
Anyways, Spef, huge wave. Keep it coming.
All right, we have another $25 donation to MSF from James, who said, "Hi, Satan. Had to stay up to catch your PVZ run, especially since your friendship and also all the amazing resources you create inspired me to start running not only it, but Peggle too. You're going to crush this run. Donation goes to finishing the game, and we are almost 90% of the way to that $10,000 we need to finish the game. Keep these donations coming in." Also, like this $10 from Mink and Ben that said, "Longtime viewer, first-time donator. My boyfriend is obsessed with PVZ and wanted to donate to see that full game incentive reached. He says, yay, yay, yay! Plants vs. Zombies, yay!
Yay! Yay! Also, side note, no swearing, please.
Scold the dead.
No worries. It's all good. Spef, keep them rolling.
All right, we had a $25 donation from BZ Archer. BZ Archer said, "I usually donate during Satan's GDQ runs in honor of my girlfriend, but as of 3 days ago, I am really excited to donate in honor of my wife, Catherine.
Let's go!
Go zap those zombies, Satan. And can I get a big trans rights?"
Trans rights! Heck yeah. That is awesome. Congratulations. That's so cool. I love that.
We also quickly had a $500 donation from Anonymous with no comment, but thank you so much. All of these donations are getting us well on our way to seeing that finish the game incentive met.
We don't have much time. We just started night.
Yeah,
so
and this is the last one we're going to do.
This goes quick.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I do have a question real fast. Rich heard Peggle and went, ooh. Did you have any involvement in Peggle, and have you ever seen a Peggle speedrun?
I've never seen a Peggle speedrun, but I did do backgrounds in the first Peggle game, but on the second Peggle game, I created all the characters for that game.
Ooh, fun.
No way, no way, no way. I just got double devved. I'm sorry. Peggle is my beloved. It's my original speed game. I love Peggle so much.
All right, Games Committee, get Satan back so we can get Rich back.
It's just, yeah.
Nightmare of a game, but yeah.
Yeah.
We took a long time to make that one, but that was the last thing I did before I left PopCap was Peggle 2.
So, makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah.
Peggle 2. Yeah, I play Peggle Deluxe and Peggle Nights, and also Extreme, which I've ran on this channel before last weekend. So if you'd like to see that, you know.
Peggle Nights. I love it.
Peggle,
You know, the original guy that did there was the original guy that did all the artwork for the original Peggle. Like, he was such a rad dude. I really liked him a lot. He was like a classical artist, so that's why a lot of the characters kind of seem a little bit painterly.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Because he was a classical artist.
That's
he
awesome.
passed away, but
Oh, that's too bad.
he was such a rad dude, man. Nick.
Yeah,
he
he
was super
made
cool.
amazing work. I mean, I still love it to this day. Peggle's just so dear to me. And it's an amazing speed game also.
It's
so unique,
amazing.
just like this game. PopCap games, by the way, are always good speed runs. Like, there are no exceptions to that.
Shout out Bookworm Adventures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing?
Oh, no way!
Yeah. Great speed game. I'm going to learn that too.
Yeah,
That's on the docket for me.
Quiet, but then like the dev was
I'm glad real recognizes real.
Yeah.
No, I can't even get on you for that. So
That's another one, man.
No way to deal with here, but we're going to do it. It's fine.
yeah, this is the final wave.
Oh,
so
man.
again, just using instants to try and get everything off the screen as fast as humanly possible.
Or zombily possible.
Okay,
Maybe.
my bad.
Okay, we're gonna need some explanation time for this next level. So no host, no Rich. Sorry, Rich, you'll come back soon. Whoever wants to explain the prediction stages, please do that.
Yeah, so this level has one very important zombie on wave 6, with subtle foreshadowing concluded. The screen door zombie. You'll notice that Satan brought fume. We will not use the fume to take out that screen door, preferably. The entire premise of this stage and why Satan needs to focus when zombies start spawning is that we are going to try to predict where that screen door is going to spawn based on the spawn points of all of the other zombies in the game, or in the level. So especially the like 4th, 5th waves, very important for this prediction. So what we're going to do is try to track where the zombies spawn, because the zombies are less likely to spawn in the same row multiple times. So it's very unlikely we'll get a row 5 zombie here, for example. We're going to use that to predict when that wave 6 screen door is going to spawn and try to plant a potato mine in order to instantly take it out as soon as it spawns. This is pretty difficult because you have to track basically every moving part of the game. So Satan needs to focus, but it's also pretty luck dependent because of the randomness of the game. Sometimes you will just not get it, and that's unlucky. And if it doesn't happen, it gets messy really fast. So
it's recoverable, but as long as Satan understands what's going on, it is super savable.
Satan's good at the game, so thankfully we'll be okay.
For sure. Also, real quick, I'm seeing that incentive go. It's almost there.
Oh my god.
Also, I'm not going to be able to predict here because that wave 5 was going to die too fast, unfortunately, and the potato mine needs time to arm. So I wasn't able to do it there. But every prediction I do get, there will be 2 more levels. I'm going to donate $15 per. So if you want to match me, or if you want to do $10 per, whatever you want, we can do that. And if I don't get any predictions, guess what? I'm going to donate $30 anyway. Woo!
Yeah, or if you just want to be into a chat and say, I think it's going to be row 5 or row 2 or whatever. You can just
have
do
an
that.
emotional win.
Yeah.
Yeah, an emotional prediction. Yeah, that will make us go faster.
Yeah, but only if you donate.
Emotional prediction. I'll be happy if the incentive gets met. Go.
Go, 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 go.
I'd be happy if we get $2.5 million by the end of this run.
I feel like I've joked too much about $2.5 million.
Needs to be lower. Yeah.
I think we need to raise it at $3 million.
Yeah, let's go. But let's actually go because I'm seeing that we're only a little less than $700 left. Yep. So come on, chat. Home stretch. Let's bring it home. I want to show you what that quote unquote ending looks like.
Yeah. And kill him.
And kill him though.
Yeah.
Again, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no, you're right. Again.
Also, the ending of these one flag night levels can get really, really out of control.
Yep.
They are very hard to handle because they have a lot of zombies versus how fast you went in the level. So you have barely any defenses to keep up with them. So definitely a lot different than this level where we'll have pretty hefty defenses and all that. So we can chat a little bit more during this level if we have anything more we want to talk to Rich about.
Do we want to real fast talk about the siege slot we just bought?
Sure.
So night introduces money, unfortunately. This isn't a huge deal in day night specifically. In any percent, it's a huge deal because it's where we get all of our overpowered plants for the end game. But in this category specifically, it's pretty easy to get an extra seed slot, which allows us to bring an extra plant, which can be useful. Yay.
And there's a special drop, by the way, for money. 1 in 1,000 chance to get a diamond every time a zombie dies or a grave is dug up. If we get a diamond during this run, I'll donate $50.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know that's 1 in 1,000?
Yeah, we kind of do, I think.
All I'm saying is if someone in chat donated $1,000 for seeing the diamond,
that's wild.
That would be cool if they did that.
What's the conversion rate of a diamond, PVZ diamond to real money?
Well, I mean, if it's $50 to 1,000, I think it's really bad.
Yeah.
Inflation got hands.
No.
But yeah, again, we are almost to that incentive. I know that we can hit that.
I want to show y'all what beating the game looks like. Please donate. Please.
Yeah, and also when you're donating, make sure you're putting it to the incentive because you can't just donate and it automatically goes. Because,
That's right.
This is a specific thing we're looking for, so you're gonna have to assign that donation.
That's right, and you can donate using Twitch themselves. Also.
Okay, never mind. It just got met.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. Yes, crowd, go wild. Absolutely.
Sorry,
That's
Spef, we're doing
huge.
your job for you.
I looked away for 1 second and it got met while I was watching the run.
That's incredible.
Incredible. Thank you so much, everyone, for your generous donations, raising $10,000 for MSF to see this boss fight. You're not going to regret it.
That's so cool.
Woohoo! Big congrats to y'all. Thank you so much. And yeah, this would actually be a pretty good time to talk about some of those donators who got us there. So, Spef, you want to go?
Absolutely, and we have so many, and thank you so much again, everyone, for your generous donations, like this $5 from Osmorn, who said, "Hi, Satan. I'm so happy to see you run PvZ on the main stage, and I'm so happy to have met you. You're one of the most talented people I've ever met, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you for being my friend, and I hope for many years more. Love you dearly, your friend, Oz."
Oz, you're too sweet. And more like Oz met me. I don't think I had a choice.
Yeah, I think Oz is the one who like ends up talking to people instead of like oh hi.
The other way
It helps
around.
when you run cool speed runs.
Yeah.
It's very true. Spef, give me another.
Yeah, and we have the donation that got us over that goal, a $1,000 donation.
Someone did it.
Whoa.
We didn't even see a diamond.
We got a real
diamond! That's
A real-life diamond, a $1,000 donation from no-name user who says a pro-Satan charity donation. Who saw that coming?
Awesome.
Wow.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. That is
I am here for
amazing.
these pro-Satan charity donations.
Yeah, keep them coming. Keep them coming, chat. I love you all. And also, there's bid ones to donate for, so cool stuff. And prizes.
And prizes.
This is.
Another one, Spef.
All right, we've got $50 from Football Zombie, parentheses, on your lawn. That just says, I used to play football. Thank you very
That
much,
is
Football Zombie.
awesome.
That's so
That's
awesome.
so good.
Beast.
Actually, yeah, very true.
Oh man.
All right, one more, Spef. Let's do one more.
All right, we've got a $5 donation from Fumafu that says, I can't donate much this year, but I wanted to show my love and support for Satan herself. Much love from the Frame Fatales. Less than 3.
Oh my gosh, yes, the Fatales. That is our women and femme speedrunning division from GDQ, an amazing community. I helped out with committee for our latest event, which is going to be Flame Fatales 2025. I'm going to be running Children of the Sun at that, so if you'd like to see another super cool speed game, very different, but very cool. You should definitely check that out. It's going to be incredible.
For those of you who don't know about that, Bobby Berm really likes that.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That's like the seal of approval right there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I like a few games on that schedule.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe.
Or like the whole
maybe,
thing.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, here something interesting is happening. The vaulters can really do this in this level because your fumes are your only long-range damage, and by long, I mean in quotes, kind of like that incentive that we just met. What are you doing?
This guy's
You
getting
should
away
die.
with it.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
are you
this
doing?
is rough.
You shouldn't be alive. Oh well, that's
Oh,
life.
that's mean.
Sometimes vaulters get away from you. This was a very high vaulter spawn count, by the way, what we were talking about earlier with that preview stuff. Different levels can have different sort of spawn rates of how much different zombies come up. And this one had a lot of vaulters, so it was
Another
hard
thing
to
to
manage
adapt to.
throughout the level. Yes. You can also play this level with mine instead of fume. It's a very high level strat, and I didn't really want to play it on a no reset.
Yeah, it is rough.
And guess what doesn't require high level strats? 2-5. This is the only auto scroller in this run. So let's talk to Rich.
Yeah,
I have a new question actually.
Yes.
Yeah, so how did you get to the zombies to like move like that? Like
They do look
did you have any like inspiration, or did you just like record yourself
Or
like
what-
walking in the mirror and then you just did it?
No, I don't know. I just like I don't know. So I've grown up around horror movies my whole life, and I've always loved that kind of genre. And zombies and everything else. And so like when I became part of this game, I was just like, this feels right. I don't know. I just feel right.
I mean,
it looks right. I'll say
it looks right. Yeah,
Exactly, it looks right.
it's
You know what
great.
you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's super cool. I cannot fathom it in my brain how you can like come up with that off the dome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I-
this game
Yeah,
is amazing.
it was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on the note of looking nice, I feel like this has gone unsaid. This game has a generational art style. Nothing looks like it, and nothing ever can, I think, if you ask me. Like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
if you told 10-year-old me I'd meet a PvZ dev over the internet, blah, blah, I would be freaking out. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, This has inspired me in so many ways. So I just want to say, like, one, thank you for being here so much. But also, two, like, the work that you and George have done here is, I think it speaks for itself with how many people can reminisce on this game and get excited about it. Like, we raised $15,000 for charity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I love that. That's so cool, man.
I know.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? People love this game to this day, and they should. It's amazing.
It's true.
Yeah, and I know. Over the course of that, we've had a bunch of individual donors too, who love this.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing I'll say about this game is
this cherry bomb, by the way, which is going to help our final wave go faster. That's the only tech in this level. Continue.
Woke.
Oh, nice. No, this game was done out of passion with 4 people, so
It shows.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know, there's only 4 of us that made the whole game, and no one really paid attention to what we're doing. Everything that we wanted to put into it, as far as what we thought was cool, what we thought was funny, and
Yeah.
there was no real middle management. So
Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't happen very often anymore.
no, it really does not. It's definitely one of the reasons. Oh, I left the coin out. If that was a diamond, I was going to die.
Oh, look, a nickel.
No.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, die in real life. I've become a zombie. Anyways, so here is our second prediction stage. So I'm going to be focusing up a little bit. If comms
this
want to
great
do
layout.
whatever they want to do. Yeah, actually, Claus, do you want to explain waypoints here? This is what you want to do.
Yeah. So, Wave 6 is going to have a football zombie. We're going to be trying to predict that with the mine again and use the Hypno as a backup if it doesn't work. The Hypno Shroom just makes them ours. We take them. The way that waves in this game work, to get a little bit more technical, because I think the technical side of this game is really cool, each wave has an individual amount of HP. So the first wave, for example, always has 1 HP, so only 1 normal zombie will spawn. Each zombie type has a certain amount of HP that it takes from the wave. So normal zombies will take 1 HP from the wave, and the game will calculate until the wave points hit 0 HP, how many zombies will spawn. And that's where the randomness comes in, is it'll randomize how many wave points or what different zombies will spawn in order to get that wave health to 0. It's a really interesting system that is entirely responsible for the adaptability, especially as you lead into especially the later waves of stages. And once you get really deep into the game, like to Roof and Fog, where there start being 3 flag levels, it gets ridiculous. There is so much to balance and counterbalance. It's awesome. Let's see if we hit this prediction.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
I'm feeling
middle,
that.
and I think that's going to be right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Bottom two.
That's personally what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's prediction
That's
number
the team right
1.
there. Yep.
Yeah, the grave layout
Technically
kind of
faster
scared me.
than this mower, question mark. Yeah.
A few seconds.
Oh, like a second. Did it save time?
It did.
Yeah. And that's why I let that mower go, by the way.
Yeah.
The wave 2 zombie is the optimal wave zombie to let go on the mower. And as you remember, mower manipulation. We don't have any zombies showing up in that row for a little while longer, so we can chill.
Yeah.
Use these, use the puff shrooms we have in other rows already to go fast. But that does mean our final wave is going to be hard to deal with, and they all are. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I was on 6, and I'm trying to count. Hold on.
7,
7, 8,
8,
and then
9.
we're gonna have
Wait,
to
what
tie.
happened to 9?
9
7,
is
8,
here,
9?
actually. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Safety.
Schmumbler.
Don't worry about that.
Me and Limy get freaky on the sticks.
They're talking about stuff you should not know.
It's more don't
inside
do
baseball.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyways, let's deal with this final wave here. As you'll see, I've left these graves here in a very strategic position because of that 3x3 explosion radius of the cherry bomb. And luckily, the zombies decided to cooperate with my plan.
No!
They're so
This guy
silly.
sucks.
Oh.
Odds.
Well, close, but
It's close
this is
enough.
our backup
He just
to that.
pops out of existence
Yeah.
with the Hypno. It's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
really funny.
I
If
think
the
it's
final
well
zombie is
owning it
Hypno,
there.
it just goes boop.
They're doing this
That
to
was
me
sick.
tomorrow.
Hey,
Yes.
I gotta take off.
All right,
Yeah.
no problem.
Thank you
Thank you
so much
so
for
much
joining us,
for being
Rich.
here, Rich. You were incredible, and we really appreciate your work
Thank
on
you.
this game and you coming here.
Oh, thank you so much. And,
You're a
you know, if
huge
you do the-
inspiration.
Let me know.
Yeah, of
Of
course.
course.
All right. Thank you so
much.
much.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it.
You are awesome too.
Thank you again.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, take care, you guys.
Everyone say bye.
Who says bye,
Bye,
Rich?
Rich.
Wasn't that
y'all.
incredible? Oh my gosh, how cool is that to have a person who
Like a
made this
developer.
game actually talk to us
Holy.
on commentary? That was the coolest thing maybe ever.
55 minutes of the best GDQ content in years. Well, no, I watched.
No,
12
that's
minutes
a lie.
today.
Honestly, I was gonna say, yeah, like
so much cool stuff happened today in particular, but
Yeah.
also all of this marathon so far, and we're just getting started. Absolutely incredible. And we're also just getting started on this level 2-7. This is one of the least interesting levels in the
Yeah.
game, I would say, but there's always stuff going on in this game, and in fact, we can get into the weeds now if we want to. But basically, we've unlocked the Scaredy Shroom, which is essentially the pea shooter, but discounted. The only problem with Scaredy Shroom, a little bit socially anxious, doesn't like to get near zombies, not a huge talker. So when zombies come close to it, it will shrink underground. So that's why I'm leaving this little back row open here to be able to safely plant Scaredy Shrooms. Technically, putting shooting plants closer to the zombies does make the wave advance faster because that final bullet to make that 50% rule go is getting there faster, but the effect is so small that one of our top runners, Bulbasaur Represent, also huge shout out, calculated that if you were to plant plants optimally to shoot through the entire any percent run, which is 3.5 hours long, it would save 3.5 seconds. Woo! Woo!
time save is time save, so
Technically, but it's also very risky. So, yeah, I think the choice is decently clear. But, you know, that was a really cool experiment that they did, by the way. The Plants vs. Zombies community is so amazing. Everybody is so passionate, so talented, just really wanting to work on making the game faster, making it better. There's so much custom content. There's a randomizer that slaps.
It's awesome.
it's so good.
It's so good. It's ridiculous. It can randomize the 50% rule. It can randomize sound effects. It can make upgrade plants not necessitate their base plants, and you can put them on top of other plants. It's
Me eating my lily pad to make a corn cannon.
exactly.
I don't like that.
Yep. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
It sounds like you don't like the randomizer.
I
which
love the randomizer.
Kind of mean.
Okay.
The randomizer is amazing.
Yeah, for what it's worth as well, Satan was talking about randomizing the 50% rule, which, if you've noticed, we've been on that the entire time. It basically means we have to do a random amount of health every wave to make the waves advance, which can get really challenging.
100% rule on call 'em like you see 'em.
No, thank you, please.
Please don't say that to me.
Anyways, another thing about the 50% rule, we've been lying. It's not actually strictly 50%. It is 35 to 50%. So if you hear me saying that was a generous rule or that was a stingy rule, that means that it's on one or the other end of the spectrum of 35 to 50%. Sorry for lying.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we love lying.
It's a lot easier to lie a little bit at the beginning than it is to explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
you can see the screen door zombies. They're just a pain because they take longer to damage than other zombies do. So usually we can use instas against them if we want, but we have the fumes as backup here. We won't have them for long, though. There's a level where we've routed out fumes, which I think is amazing coming up. So absolutely stick around to watch that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, I know I'm yapping, but I want Spef to yap a little bit. Spef,
please.
get on in there.
Oh, I love yapping. We have $10 donation that came in from Douglas Reyes Cerron that says, Satan herself has been doing a great job on hosting this week and donating on behalf of her PVZ run. Hail Satan herself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hosted last night for an incredible block that incled Quake, Castlevania Adventures of Rebirth. I know, that runner's right there.
You.
No. But for real, Limey, you're the best.
Yeah.
No, you.
The GOAT. But anyway, continuing on. Castlevania Adventures of Rebirth, Mega Man X4, and Lena's Inception. Amazing. If you want to hear me do a really bad Southern accent,
it was bad. I heard it.
Bad.
Go
it was rough.
I'm sorry.
watch. No, I know that's the point. Don't worry.
For $2.5 million right now, Satan will do the rest of our with it.
For less. If we get to 360,000, I will switch to Southern mode the entire time.
Southern mode. Whoa.
Of the
That's
the
like
thing.
3 levels
Actually,
and the boss.
no, I'm giving y'all a special offer, 355,000, and I will switch to
That's a
talking
deal.
in Southern mode.
Hey, and if all of that up to 355,000 goes towards this Henry Hotline cutscene incentive for finding Frankie, that gets us half of the way there to the $5,000 we need. So let's get those donations in.
deal.
And put
Yeah,
them
literally
towards
2 for
that
1 deal right
incentive.
there.
2 for
We've
1
had
deal.
a lot of those today.
We
It's
love
been
a
awesome.
2 for 1
awesome.
deal.
They're
GDQ
awesome.
2
feeling
for 1.
generous.
2 for 1. Final prediction stage, by the
Yes.
way. We've got the saddest part of what we're doing here today,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Fun fact about the original Plants vs. Zombies game, it included a zombie that has the likeness of Michael Jackson in it. And then Michael Jackson unfortunately passed away like 4 months after the game came out. So they re-released the game as Game of the Year edition. And the only major change besides adding the Zombitar feature was changing out that zombie to be a generic disco zombie friend. And so that's who we're going to be seeing. It's not just sad because we would like to see Michael Jackson zombie, but because Michael Jackson zombie is actually faster. Because Michael Jackson zombie comes onto the 8th column here, but disco only makes it to the 9th, which matters for this prediction here because we would have had the 8th column to access here. But actually it doesn't matter with this grave layout, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's also faster for coming onto the screen in the final wave where we have to kill it and all of the things it spawns. So there's a couple of reasons.
Also, I feel like we should mention grave
Oh,
layouts
I don't
real
like
fast. The graves block your plants.
Oh, I didn't bring mine.
Oh,
Oh, that seems like
Why did I forget? Well,
well,
no prediction for me.
I feel like that's worthy of a $15 donation. You just forgot.
I forgot.
Well, for what it's worth, I was right in my heart. So
You got the emotional
Yeah.
win.
Well, we gotta wait to see if we get diamonds also for that final donation.
That is true.
We have time. We have some time, but not very much time. Remember, if you get to that 355 amount, I will start speaking like a really, really not Southern person, but with a Southern accent. If you get there during this run, so please do that.
yeah. I also want to mention
Late night block, I believe in you.
with the disco zombie in this game. Only the main zombie counts as, for the 50% rule, not any of the dancers, right?
That's right. That's right. So you
Yeah.
really just have to focus on the main zombie. Even if you hypno the main zombie, that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, the other ones can be annoying, but it is just trying to make sure the rest of them don't ruin your build.
Yeah, they're really annoying because they can just body block the actually important zombies. It sucks.
Exactly.
Also, back to grave layouts before we realized Satan forgot potato mine.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It was a situation that I'd never seen before.
Yep.
So graves are random. You can't plan on them, and that is a problem for prediction stages sometimes. I mean, thankfully, this is the last prediction stage, so we will be good. But they can be annoying in regular defense, just less so. You have to get a specifically really bad grave layout for them to mess up your regular gameplay.
Yeah, 2-8 is probably
possible.
the hardest level in this
Yep.
run, and in one of the hardest levels in the actual entire game for
Yep.
speedrunners. So it was actually pretty decent in that
Yeah,
level,
that was
even
solid.
without bringing the right build. I brought the right build in this one, though. You might
God.
notice an admission of a very important casual plant, the fume shroom. We have routed the fume shroom out of this level despite its containing of screen door zombies, and that's because we have enough instant plants to make all the screen doors go boom.
We love our instants.
Yeah, we sure do. We also love
Thank you for your
donations, Spef.
Yes.
We do love donations, like this $15 donation from Princess Shortcake that says, "Hi, Satan. I wrote a short poem for you to celebrate this absolutely legendary run.
Ooh.
At SGDQ, she takes the stage. Satan's ready, calm and sage. From dawn to dusk, each perfect tool. She smiles, don't break the 50% rule. With shrooms at night and peas by day, she blasts the zombies all away. A wonderful run. The crowd's amazed. Heck yeah. She slayed and left it blazed. I'm so proud of you, Satan, and blessed to call you my friend. Love you lots, and yeehaw!
Yeah! That was a preview. Anyway,
I think she forgot about the starfruit projectiles as well.
Yeah.
True, we do
Kind
do
of
that.
ours, though.
Yeah,
it
that
is
was
pretty
awesome.
good.
Thank you so much, Grace. That is really, really kind. Yeah, this level is going to be a lot of random stuff going on. I'll explain it as it comes, but it is pretty procedural. It's similar to what we've been seeing already. So, Spef, continue.
Absolutely. We had a $50 donation to MSF come in from Moiselle that says, "Longtime human, first time zombie.
Huh?
Could I borrow your
We have
brain,
first aid
please?"
here.
More of that. More of that, by the way. More of that. That was really funny. Keep that up.
Could I borrow your brain, please? I need it for Doctors Without Borders.
Oh.
I'm not
If
gonna
it's
take
medically
it out.
necessary.
Yeah, I mean,
I need my brain to do my job.
proud organ donor.
We also had a $10 donation from Teaspoon168, who is very excited about that secret incentive we've kind of put up that just says Southern Mode.
Wait, can you type Southern on the keyboard?
That's my girlfriend,
Maybe
by
it
the way.
does something.
Hello.
Oh,
Thank you for donating.
And another $10 excited about the Southern Mode from Rio Kuma that says, "Oh, we can donate for Yeehaw Satan. That's my favorite bit."
Awesome. I'm glad y'all like it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm glad it's working, though.
you sound very concerned in that laugh.
When am I ever not concerned? You know me.
She's like very rarely not concerned.
That's true.
Like a worry wart.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little
But
bit.
hey, I'm here. This is fun. This is amazing.
We're having a
We're playing
blast.
Plants vs.
Yeah.
Zombies on the mainline GDQ stage. I still can't believe that.
Is the
raising
crowd
so
having
much
fun?
money.
Because I know we are.
Woo! How we
It's,
doing on that impromptu? It's looking pretty close. I'm
Yeah, we're
seeing
doing
it.
pretty good. It was 355K, so about 1,500 away. And again, as a reminder, if you put that towards the Finding Frankie incentive, then that'll get us about halfway there. So keep those donations coming in if you want
right.
Southern Satan.
All right, and
Right
you
on.
only have this level, the next level, and our incentive to do that. So please, please do it as fast as you can, because also you won't hear me for very long if it's at the very end. So, speed run those donations. It's the time.
You're racing us at this point.
That's true.
And if we hit 2.5 million, Satan will do the Southern voice during her next hosting vlog.
I might do it anyway if they want me to, but you'll just have to tune in for that. Xenoblade Chronicles is when that starts.
So-
But anyways,
If you don't know when
Dancing up a
Xenoblade
storm.
Chronicles is, by the way, you can check out the schedule.
they're
It's
giving
good
me a lot of
schedule.
dancer zombies. They really want to show off that they're the dancer zombies and not the Michael Jackson zombies. Thanks for showing up.
I think
And by
you could
thanks,
go-
I mean no thanks. They're very slow.
I like the music of this game, and I don't like when the dancer zombies come because it's just like
Yeah, it's
it,
just
it removes the music for a little bit.
Oh yeah, also huge shout out to Super Shiggy or Laura Shigahara for making the music of this game.
Yeah.
It is incredible. Absolutely amazing.
Everyone say it. 3, 2, 1. There's a zombie. Okay, nothing.
We're trying to plant the hypno shroom on like the crater on accident.
I did think about that.
I think that's like the same energies like those screenshots where like the Minecraft speedrunners like make like
Dude, I
out
love
of like
those
beds.
That's so true. But also it makes me sad.
Someone screenshot that, post that to Reddit. r/speedrun will love that.
Anyway. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, we're
So speaking
getting
of the
almost
Doom,
done with
actually,
it.
let's explain that real quick, because the Doom's going to be really important for this level and next level. How the Doom works is it looks like it's a whole big screen clear explosion, but it's actually not. It's a 5x5 explosion radius, and that's super important because you want to make sure that all of your zombies are in the radius when it explodes to be able to kill them all. So that's why I was shooting this screen door instead of just letting it go to the mower, because then I wouldn't be able to get it with this final Dream Shroom here. It's way more important though for next level, where we're going to be seeing a lot of explosions.
Ooh, I like explosions.
You also have to wait until that final backup dancer is on the screen, which is another reason why Disco is a little bit slower.
They don't count for the 50% roll, but they do the final wave. Make up
That's
your mind.
Make up your mind. However many-year-old game. Why
I
didn't
guess you
just
can't
say-
make up your mind if you're a zombie.
Oh.
The game can think.
My bad.
Anyway, so 210, it's awfully similar to something we saw before. Deja vu,
No.
much.
That's my line.
I know,
Who are you?
but I'm saying it
I'm getting deja vu again.
again and again and again. Okay,
Anyways, yeah.
Whoa! We were making vids!
did it!
What? We did it! We got a diamond!
Diamond live on the GDQ stage, 1 in 1,000 drop chance. It all happens here live.
Smiling through it all. I love my life.
Awesome, I'm donating $80. This is so cool.
Yeah, so this
Please
is pretty much
match
the same
that.
as the last one, except instead of having the daytime plants, we have the nighttime plants. Whoa, except for the sunshroom, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no
yeah.
sunshroom because
Yeah.
we don't need it.
Oh.
We have free plants.
Yeah,
Exactly.
conveyors don't get sun plants ever, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna be manipulating the ice shroom here. We don't see this guy ever.
Yeah.
We got it, and we just have never talked about it because he is not the most useful.
We grab him never levels seed select him. Sorry, bud. Be more useful next time.
Unfortunately, the literal only plant in this run, we do that too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ice Shroom. But maybe Ice Shroom will be more useful in the final boss.
That's true. He does. He does have his moment to shine.
Yeah.
Yes.
One thing that we're going to be doing in this level in particular is, like Shovel explained earlier, the conveyor manip. We want to save the like shroom instance for times where they're going to be useful. But if we save too many, then we'll stop getting them. So we want to use them kind of like not off cooldown, but we want to make sure that we have space in the conveyor for them, so we can keep getting them pretty regularly.
Yeah, we use a lot of instants in these conveyors to make sure that we keep cycling them. It's great. I love it.
But if we use them too much, then like the craters will become a problem.
Yes, it's
which is
true.
annoying.
So as we've seen, some of our prime Doom Shroom spots have already been used here because I haven't gotten enough Grave Busters to really clear that out, but we'll work it out. Also, I counted to wave 9 there. I can count.
Let's go!
So we have about 10 more waves until time is called, by the way. So count if you can. I hope you can count waves at this point.
Hopefully.
Yes. Have you learned?
Do we know how to count to 9? No one cheered.
No,
cool.
single.
We're
silent.
We're so
going over.
I think we scared them.
We're so over.
Uh-oh.
So over.
Yeah, much to think about.
Yeah, also using Hypnos on these footballs is a huge, great use of that because the footballs have a lot of health. So that gets you a lot of bang for your buck there.
Mike, we cleared like 3 50% rolls with this one guy alone. He's going ham.
Yeah, that too. They work for you. Okay, here, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use this a little fast because I did not like these guys. Even through my defenses. All right, Spef, you want to go for it?
Can do. We had a $100 donation to MSF from Trogdora the Destroyer that says, burninate those zombies. That's been happening the entire time, and Satan's doing an incredible job of it.
Thank you.
We also had a $25 donation from Teaspoon168 that says, Satan, I am so proud of you for getting PBZ on the GDQ stage. Aww. You're an excellent performer, an excellent runner, and I am having so much fun watching you play and explain the game. Let's, quotation mark, quotation mark, finish the game.
Yeah.
Continue, Spef.
Of course. Sam donated $20 to MSF saying, so happy I could see this run for the nostalgia. Thank you to the awesome couch and for the super cool insider commentary. Yeah, shout out for that wonderful commentary.
Yes, indeed. It was so cool to hear from Rich. That was amazing. Time.
That was sudden.
Yeah, that was really
Sorry.
sudden.
It was a Doom Shroom.
Yeah.
Did it.
The Doom Shrooms are fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, I promised y'all a very, very special beat the game.
Well, yeah, so to beat the game, we have to go to pool, right? Because we
You
go
know
to
what,
like
you
pool
might
and then
think that,
fog
Limey.
and then roof and then we finish at roof, right?
Yeah.
Correction,
No, that's what the
I
any
don't
percent
think.
run
I don't
does.
like the way you're looking at me.
Don't
Don't
smile.
smoke. Don't smirk like that.
Smile at the camera like that,
Yeah,
please.
But in this run, I have a special surprise. I have a special way to get right to Zomboss, and we're going to use a little secret something called Menu Tech. I'll walk you through it.
It wasn't like in our...
We practiced the other day.
First, you
Nothing
click
like
main menu.
Whoa.
Then
I've never seen this.
What's
you
this?
switch profiles.
Oh,
Then you click mini games, and then you click Dr. Zomboss's Revenge.
we did it. Final boss.
Isn't that cool? I will pause the game so that production can... Oh, no, they're ready. Time, start, go. Sorry, performance bit. So this is
We
Dr.
didn't tell them
Zomboss.
about that. Oops.
Whoops.
But it's Dr. Zomboss's Revenge, which makes it a little different from regular Zomboss, but it does work the same at a core level. Basically, we're going to be damaging Zomboss when he comes down to the floor with jalapenos, and we're going to be stalling him with ice shrooms so that we have longer to hit him with these catapult plants and generate more jalapenos to hit him with. Ideally, we'd love a 4-cycle, but 4 cycles are pretty hard to get in this and also require good RNG. It's very RNG dependent, this whole thing. And a lot of jalapenos, okay. So, you know, we'll see if that pans out in due time.
Yeah, this level also has a special version of Manip. So there are a lot of empty pots on this current play space. The more empty pots you have, the more catapults the game will give you because it wants the pots to be filled up. Pretty basic.
Yeah, exactly. So that's an interesting thing. Also, jalapenos. The game really likes those right now. like really. And Zomboss is going to do a special attack, which thank goodness is an ice.
We had a nightmare the other week.
Yeah, I went during practice.
Oh my god.
It was rough.
Yeah, it really was. Let's hope that does not happen again. It probably will not.
Yeah, look,
Should I explain what happened, or does it not matter?
No, it doesn't really matter. Buckethead phase, heart. That's a thing I do in chat, so don't worry about it if you don't get it. I would like to use this time for a little bit more donations before we get later into this level.
Oh, wow. Love that over here. We have a $5 donation from him that says, Satan, the architect and the builder, I hope you take action against those individuals whilst fighting at their residence. Good luck and GG's thus far.
Oh, thank you, him. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
And another quick $5 donation from Cell that says, Satan, you are so inspiring and kind. It is such an honor to call you a friend and see you jump into all kinds of new opportunities. Less than 3.
Aw, Cell, you're so wonderful. Thank you so much for donating. And I saw you back there. I saw a lot of you back there. Thank you so much for showing up at this late hour, by the way, for Plants vs. Zombies. It is an absolute honor.
Yeah, every time like a backhouse donation probably gets read, they're like, oh!
Yeah,
so, I mean, you might be able to see that like on the camera, like up here.
Ish. Yeah. All right, this next phase, they're going to send some bungee zombies, which we haven't seen before, but they're going to steal our stuff. No! It was only 2 cottage poles in a pod. I think we'll survive.
No!
This is how the nightmare starts.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're fine. Nothing's happened yet.
Panicking.
They're panicking already, and nothing's even happened.
We do have a panic button on the desk. I'm ready to use it.
We do, but we're not going to hit
We're not going to push it.
Production? We're not hitting that.
I love giving production mini heart attacks.
No.
Well, I think if we're going to like give them mini heart attacks, it's time to do that.
No. Stop it. Stop
Dude, Peter would love this couch.
They're going rogue. They're going rogue. Anyways, so you'll notice
this is why
that I am alternating my use of ice shrooms and jalapenos. Why am I doing that? Well, first is to make the most of both, basically, for the time that we've got. The jalapeno does big damage, the ice shroom stalls, yada yada. But the second reason that I'm doing that, okay, going over the 50% mark there, that should help us, is because if you use ice shrooms back to back, they actually have a shorter time, where Zomboss gets, hi bus.
That's like 3
gets frozen.
3 melons. What?
Yeah, that was a bad
bus. I
bus.
was recording a YouTube short right now.
Oh.
So real. So unfortunately, Zomboss is going to do a phase here where he just spawns a bunch of random zombies that I don't know what they're going to be, and we're just going to see what happens.
Is this like the worst thing, or like?
It depends.
Can be the worst thing. Like,
yeah,
ever.
It's hard to tell right now.
These aren't the worst spawns.
No,
I am worried about this.
They could be worse.
Yeah, they could be.
Thankfully,
could always be worse.
Yeah, thankfully we're
cool.
also on a completed file that has roof cleaners, which are the roof's special lawn mowers.
Yeah, if we'd gotten to pool, you would have seen that like in the middle pool section, we don't have anything. So if a zombie got all the way up, like we would just lose.
Yeah,
we can
you do have
cleaners.
to buy these in the shop, which we haven't. We don't get to see the shop, but apparently is a real thing. Apparently.
I don't know. I skipped right to Zomboss because y'all donated for it. So like.
Oh, they went to the shop and bought Zomboss. Okay.
Oh, I see. We're gonna get a 5 cycle here, and that's okay. 5 cycles are more likely than 4 cycles.
4 cycles.
And it really just depends on the RNG you get. Sometimes you literally cannot avoid 5 cycle. That it does happen at PvZ. Sometimes it is a very RNG laden game. So
yeah, as much as we try to manipulate everything, it is not possible to manipulate literally everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will just get unlucky, unless you're going to pass.
That was not a bad bus. Thank you, Zomboss.
Thank you.
It was fast and free.
Sorry, Colonel Polt, though. Yeah, you're dead.
It's okay.
It's okay. It can
It's
handle
Colonel Polt.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Exactly. Spef, get in those last donations, please.
Yes.
Absolutely. We have one beautiful donation here, $10 from Brains. That says Brains.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for that gorgeous, beautiful, generous donation.
Keep going.
Calling back to the Blueprints run from before, actually, just want to shout out here, $135 from Rad Ringtail, who says donating $5 for every square marked in Blueprints. Thank you for having us. It was so much fun. Thank you so much. Shout out to all of the runners at SGDQ.
That's right.
Including Satan.
Huge shout out.
I met him earlier. He's so chill.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
We also had a donation
If I
from...
want a 5 cycle, I'm going to have to stall pretty heavily with jalapeno or with ice shrooms and hope to get more jalapenos. Just explaining my general strategy. Spef, go ahead with one more, please.
All right. We had one donation from before for $25 from Astract that just said PVZ with dev comms is very cool.
We know.
And we all know.
Yeah, we're so lucky
We're freaking out.
that happened. Incredible stuff.
I think it's a testament to how hard Satan works to that.
When I click this thing, we're time. Also, thank you, game, for giving me a jalapeno.
Yes, very kind.
Keep going with that, Claus.
Oh, I was just saying, incredible dedication to bring a dev on comms. You can clap louder than that. Come on.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, live audience, for showing up, by the way, at this late hour. Y'all make me so happy. That was Plants vs. Zombies, plus the final boss minigame, Dr. Zomboss's Revenge. As you can see, there's lots of minigames, by the way. Watching all minigames run, they're awesome.
I love gambling.
They're my favorite.
Yes, they are so RNG dependent, but that's awesome.
Can we finish
It's
with
all
the
right.
slot machine? You'll get 5 jackpots. Trust me.
Okay, while I
Please.
play slot machine, I'll do my outros. Free slot machine. This is a minigame literally called Slot Machine. That should give you an idea about how the old minigames speedrun is. So, how about y'all go first?
Yeah, so I'm Limy. Like I said, I've been involved in the community for a very long time. You can find me at twitch.tv/LimySR, all that good stuff. I don't really want to shout myself out because this is Satan's run. She did phenomenal, but yeah, go on.
I've been shovelclaws. You can find me everywhere as shovelclaws. This has been years in the making, and I am absolutely honored to be a part of it. PVZ has been an incredible speedrun from the day it started, and there's a lot of very interesting history with this game. The PVZ community is amazing. They keep innovating for a game as deep and technical as this. It is a testament to what you can find when you look in the corners you wouldn't expect. So keep looking in those corners and keep finding weird, cool speedruns. They're out there everywhere, and I absolutely love them. The PVZ is what sparked my interest in weird, obscure games. So thank you, Satan, for having me on is the only thing I can say. And thank you, PVZ community, for doing all this and making this game as cool and amazing as it is.
Oh, that's incredible, by the way, Claus. Thank you for that. And thank you, Limey, as well. Oh, it gave us our first sunflower. Thanks, Slot Machine. We would not take this.
So many games.
Yeah, if we have
anyways.
8, then it's faster to not roll.
All right, I'm going to stop rolling, and maybe we'll die. We'll see. Okay.
This is just like a Peter stream.
don't worry about that. This is Plants vs. Zombies. I had so much fun sharing it with you all. This is an incredible speed game, so much speed tech, and thank you all for showing up. My name is SatanHerself generally. You can find me at SatanHerself on Blue Sky and on YouTube, but if you'd like to find me on Twitch, and I would love to see you there, my Twitch name is SatanIsn't so I know, confusing identity crisis. Whatever shall we do?
Get this girl partner so she can change her username, please.
Yes, please. that would be amazing. Streaming is kind of what I do these days, so I'm on there all the time.
You're
when I
doing
get
a
back
subathon,
from,
right?
I'm doing a subathon. Yeah, that's true. But even more cool, when I get back from SGDQ, I'm going to be attempting the first ever speed run of Plants vs. Zombies blindfolded, no vision.
That scares me.
So if you want to see
didn't know that.
that's where that's going to be happening. I also do all sorts of other stuff. I play this game. I play Peggle, as we talked about earlier. Very, very passionate about speedrunning Peggle. I speedrun Jazzpunk, Children of the Sun. Check out Flame Fatale's schedule. I'm going to be on that as well. And a couple other hotfix things coming up very soon that I can't yet talk about, but yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I also host Creature Corner, which is a GDQ hotfix show every other Wednesday about non-human protagonist games. So anything where it features a non-human protagonist, anything you can think of. It's really cool. Shout outs to everyone I love, all of the people on the back couch, Frame Fatales. I'm gonna die. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Lady
I was gonna
Arcaders.
say, wrap it up.
Lady Arcaders, Binary Breakers, my own community. My Twitch chat is incredible. My Discord's incredible. I love you all, and most especially these two. Y'all, just. I'm gonna get sappy while we die.
I don't like that sound while you're being genuine.
Whoa!
Limey and Claus have really kind of come into my life in the last year or so, and I don't talk about this very much, but it's been kind of a tough year, and it's been really amazing to have people, be here for me and to care about me and to care about this run and want to do this. Like, both of you asked to be here because you love this game and you also presumably like me.
Well,
maybe.
I'd use stronger language. We love you.
Aw, okay, I love you too. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for showing up for PBZ. I love you all. Thank you for donating to MSF. Yeehaw, bye.
Bring it in. I'm so proud.
Aw.
I don't want to mess up the camera angle, but
That's fair. I get it.
Air hug.
I'm braver. Enjoy GDQ.